Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back once again to my F1 23 My Team Career Mode Season 4 Round 13. This is the Brazilian Grand Prix. We've got four races left. We are a bit on our back foot after a struggle in Qatar, but I'm hoping we can bounce back here in Brazil. So Qatar, one to forget, but now it's time for an all-out assault on the championship, and that is what I'm planning to do. An all-out assault to the title. And so far, well, we got to qualify first, but so far we're looking at being in the top 4, which is good, but not great. That line certainly doesn't help. We did go a bit deep, but we held on to some kind of speed there. Look at Hauger going fastest so far. The Alfa Romeo looking very strong round here. But we're now looking at being on pole for the sprint. And that would be a great start. It is a sprint weekend. It's the last sprint of the season. So it's a good chance to make up some points. With 4 to go, this is a crucial one to, like I said, to make up those points. And it's been a very good lap so far. It's all about the exit of Yun Sao, and it wasn't the most convincing exit, but now we're up the hill, and all we need to do now is just hope that this was enough. At the moment, it's not looking like it because Verstappen has got pole, and Verstappen does get pole, but we're in P3, so we're still right up the front. All to play for here in Brazil with that lap. That wasn't too shabby, and we have opportunities that can come to us. And it's Verstappen on pole. Look at that! Hauger, front row. Dennis Hauger is on the form of his life here. Then it's ourselves. Lando Norris in 4th, so Lando is behind us. Tsunoda making the top 5. Then it's Leclerc, followed by Drogovic and Stroll, with Piastri and Porsche rounding out the 10. This is going to be an interesting sprint.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Dennis Hauger completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Joker, Norris, Tsunoda, Leclerc, Drogovic, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, Teo Porsche, Russell, Albon, Doohan, Gasly, Joe, Liam Lawson, Ricciardo, Iwasa, Ocon, Sargent, Vesti, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And the last few races have been a bit rough for them.
Okay, we've got that relief of having points on the board finally, so let's keep that form up and get another top 10 finish today, please.
Here we go, the Sao Paulo Grand Prix sprint race. Let's get it underway then. It's soft tyres, 8 laps to the end. Can we improve on our position? We are underway here, and it's not a good start from either of the front two. And we've gone straight into P1 here in Brazil, into the Center S, and we are leading, and that is exactly the start we wanted. And Charles Leclerc moving into 3rd too, and Norris dropping to 5th. That could not have gone any better for us. That was the start of dreams, and what we needed to get this weekend started in the best possible way. But now we got to hold on to the lead. There's still a bit of racing to do yet, and taking that line isn't going to help things. So coming up to the end of sector 2 around this tight technical section of the circuit, but we have done a good job so far. That start was everything we needed, but now we need to hold on, head down for the next several laps, and Verstappen is staying with us, applying just a little bit of pressure right now, but we have 8 tenths worth of a gap, so that'll be enough. that was the dream start. Honestly, that went perfect. Right down to the last detail. And we're leading the way here, and we've got a few more attempts to Verstappen, so we have broken free of DRS threat, but I don't know if we'll hold on to being in the position we're in at the moment, but definitely going to push to give it a go. And of course, in terms of the championship, this is the best outcome too, because if I'm starting at the front and Norris is still a way back, it's a chance to take a nibble at the championship gap. Verstappen though still staying with me, and I think this lap he's been a little bit quicker as we head out of Yunsao and up the hill. Yes, Verstappen has been a bit quicker this lap, so I definitely think there is going to be a threat from Verstappen, but he's not staying close enough to really make anything of it. We set a fastest lap, Verstappen goes even quicker, but the front three are starting to clear Dennis Hauger a little bit, who is now down to P4, and it's a shame that he had a poor start, because he could have led this race, and that would have made it look like an entirely different sprint. But Verstappen is currently in second, I'm currently leading it, and it's Leclerc, Hauger and Norris. Norris for sure will get by soon, and maybe he will apply a little bit of pressure to Charles Leclerc if he can. Verstappen is all over me there, half a second behind. He's definitely waiting for an opportunity to pounce, is Max. And we're going to have to be patient here, but I think we're doing what we need to. And Max, I think, went a bit deep there, because he's lost a couple of attempts, while we've actually gained time. So I think Max may be making a little bit of a mistake, but he will have DRS. So Max will have DRS, and he'll be able to use it towards the end of this straight. But again, we've got enough speed up the hill to make this count. And Leclerc's just done a 108 fastest lap. We're sideways, and that might give Verstappen a good run up to 4, but I don't think he's going to have a lunge. I think Max is going to stay put for now, but he's right there. So too is Leclerc. We've gone deep again. Verstappen is following us, and now Max may have a go here. He's going to try. He might try the outside. He is trying the outside, but there's no way to go there, and Verstappen just having to stay put. Mercedes seems very fast in race pace here, but I don't think it quite had the qualifying pace, hence why we're in pole position. We were, I mean, he was on pole position, so I think he done it. So Verstappen clearly being as quick in race pace as he was in qualifying pace, and he's also very quick now because he's having a go down the straight. And Max is getting closer, he's getting closer. Is he going to have a look? We're going to defend into the centre S. And Max not able to do anything about that, but that wasn't a good line from us. And Verstappen might have a go here. Overtake is not going to be strong enough here to keep Max back. He's going to have a look down the inside, but that's all it amounted to, just a little look. Oh, Leclerc's gone past him. Charles Leclerc has got past Verstappen. And hopefully Leclerc doesn't fight us, because a 1-2 on the grid would be ideal. So hopefully Charles Leclerc doesn't get any ideas of sending it on me here, because I will not be best pleased if he becomes a thorn in my side in this championship fight. At the moment, I'm hoping he's protecting my rear, because a 1-2 on the grid would really give us a good start into the race. Right. Lap 5 completed, 3 to go. So Leclerc up to second. I hope he does not attack me, because that would not help me in the championship, and that would just give me a massive headache. End of lap 5, 3 to go. Not the best line into the centre S, but I'm giving it what I can. Coming on overtake, is that going to be enough to stop Leclerc? Having a look for now, it is. No, Leclerc's having a look down the inside. Charles Leclerc's sending it. He has sent it. And he's got past me. I don't believe it. We're staying to the rear of him here. Leclerc making it very difficult for me in this race. I'm going to try and send one back up the inside of him, which I have done. And now Leclerc is going side by side with me here. And we're still side by side. He's my teammate. And he's really not helping me. I've had to let him go. And Leclerc taking the lead of this race, which doesn't help me in terms of the championship. But I'm gonna be seriously going after that back now because, well, he can't just do that. Right, up the hill we go. It's the penultimate lap that we're about to start, and Leclerc is a thorn in my side now. Instead of playing the team game, he's decided he wants this win, and he's gonna try and take it. But I've got other ideas. And Leclerc pulling out there, actually. So Leclerc's got a bit of a gap. And he's clearing off. That's not what we want here. I want that position back. And now I'm pushing hard because I want to try and get back up to him. But Leclerc is gone. He is trying to check out here. And that really would not help anything. We've gone a bit deep and he's almost got himself out of DRS threat here. And Charles Leclerc going from playing the team game to really being something of a thorn in my side as we come up to start the last lap. He is out of DRS threat now, and Leclerc looking set to win this sprint race. I think we're going to need a few words with the team here, because this is not playing the team game. This is being a hindrance. And Norris is now up to 4th. We're still ahead of him, so we're still going to gain a couple of points, but I was hoping to gain a couple more points than what we're actually getting. Verstappen is on my tail here. Verstappen's having a look down the inside. There goes Max Verstappen, but I'm forcing him inside, and I'm going to squeeze him, and that's going to force him to have to back out of that move. And well, that was a little bit dirty, but I'm not losing another place. It is going to be a team 1-2, but it's not quite the order that I would have hoped. It's going to be Charles Leclerc winning once again. He's a little bit unstoppable at the moment, isn't he?
Just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Coming up to the end of this sprint race, Leclerc took the lead from us. We've been playing a bit of a defensive game with Verstappen and Norris, but at the moment it looks like we are going to take P2. But Charles Leclerc has gone off. He is checked out. And in this sprint race for the Brazilian Grand Prix, Charles Leclerc takes the win, but it's going to be P2 for us. So we still get a front row start, but we've got a bit more to do in the race.
I can't complain about that one. That was an excellent drive. Well done.
It's a good result.
Well, cheers Charles, that's really helped, but he gets P1, we get P2, Max Verstappen takes P3, and then Lando Norris having to settle for 4th, but Drugovich dropping even outside of the top 8, so dropping outside of the points. I don't know what happened to him. But there is your grid for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and in the standings we do take a couple of points out of Lando Norris, but he's extending to Felipe Drugovich now, and you get the feeling that Drugovich is dropping out of contention here. But how is this Grand Prix going to go? And Verstappen, is he considering a late charge here? I thought he was down and out a race or two ago, but he's still in it. He's still in it. How is this race going to go?
Formula One returns to Interlagos once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position and Joker completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Halga, Sonoda, Stroll, Albon, Drugovic, Teo Pourchaire, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Gasly, Joe, Doohan, Liam Lawson, Iwasa, Ricciardo, Sargent, Magnussen, Ocon, and Frederick Vesti. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen? Looks like they have a tough...
Here we go then. It is time for the main event, and it looks like it's going to rain during the race, so that could make things interesting. I'm starting P2. What can I do from there? Rain is forecast for the race, and this crucial race is underway. Leclerc seems to get a very good jump, but then the second phase of the start not working for him. We go into the lead, and we are 1-2 in this Brazilian Grand Prix, but I have taken the lead. Leclerc is second, Norris moves up to third, and Sonoda is fourth. So it's Max Verstappen then who really didn't get away off that start. But we are leading the way here at Sao Paulo with Charles Leclerc behind and Norris in third. That was the dream start, and that was the start we needed to this race. And Leclerc getting very close, and he probably wants that P1 back. Charles, you're my teammate. You're supposed to be helping me for the championship. What's going on here? But we're leading at this point. We're coming up to complete the first lap. And we've got a bit of a gap to Norris too, so that'll help. When is this rain coming? Is the question I have on my lips at the moment. So far, staying dry, but then clouds are looking menacing as we come up to complete the first lap. Leading the Brazilian Grand Prix with Charles Leclerc in second, Norris third, Sonoda having an insane start and is up into P4, and Alex Albon completing the top 5, but I think he's coming under pressure from someone. I couldn't see who it was on the map, but Albon has definitely got someone giving him a bit of a headache. Lap 2 then, and we're still leading the way. There is the start of the rain. So the rain is already falling here, and we're going to have to find a way to keep ahead. Now the question is, how long is it going to rain? How heavy is it going to rain? And are we going to see a move to wets anytime soon? At the moment, it's not looking likely, but in the next lap or two, that could all change. Ending lap 2, coming up to Yung Sao, flipping that apex perfectly. I don't think I could have done any better around that corner if I tried. Up the hill, still leading the way. Leclerc just over 8 tenths behind in second. Then it's Norris, then it's Sonoda, and then it's Albon. So Albon not quite able at this stage to keep up with the top 4. The trick to knowing when to come in is just looking for when the track is getting a bit slippery and checking those lap times. It's definitely not as grippy there as once it was, as we skate almost off the circuit. And I tell you what, this could be bad news for Leclerc, because if he stays out, he could lose the position. But if he pits with us, he'll be stacked and he'll lose position. So I really want to help out Charles as much as I can by pulling out as much of a gap as I can. And I think we're approaching intermediate territory here. And you know what, I'm going to take a gamble that this is the right lap to do it. So in we go. We are taking on a set of intermediates. I can see the track is getting damp already, so let's gamble, let's do it. It's a high risk decision, but it could have high reward as we bring our car into the pit lane, and this also helps Leclerc and helps us guarantee a good team result. But is this the right time, or have I called this horribly wrong? It looked like the track was starting to get damp, so I made the call to pit that lap, but I could have got this horribly wrong. It does look damper, it does look wetter. But if I've got this wrong, we're going to lose grip fast. So Let's hope for our sake it is the right call. And at the moment it seems to look like an okay call. The track is getting wetter, but it's not getting wetter at the rate I hoped it would for us to make this tyre work. It needs to be getting wetter faster than that, but at the moment it is still getting damp. The tyre feels alright, but I'm not quite sure that was the lap. I think we have still another lap or so away from it yet. So now we just got to try and make this work. But for sure, it's close. Problem is, you have to be on the right tyres at exactly the right time in this sport. Otherwise, you lose out massively as we head into the centre S, and it's very much of a muchness as it was from the last lap. So I don't know, have we called this a little bit wrong? Have we preempted this a bit too early? Because I don't think we've quite got the pace that we want. And in fact, I think this is the wrong decision. I think we've made the wrong call here. And it's going to dramatically impact this race. It's going to have an impact on the championship. And is that the decision there that has cost me the title? It looked like it was getting damper, but I think it was the wrong time. And these tyres are going to be done by the time it is the right time.
And gap to the car in front is 4.8 seconds.
Yeah, wow, this was the wrong call. This was entirely the wrong call. I really don't think we've called this right at all. And the problem is now, if we get a red flag in the next couple of laps, that will shoot us even further in the foot. Yeah, that was the wrong call. That was a Ferrari level blunder there. And unless it starts raining heavier soon, we're going to find ourselves really on the back foot here. We're not catching the people ahead of us anymore. This has gone wrong, hasn't it? It's not the right time. Well, it very clearly was not the right call to make. And now we're not even catching those in front of us anymore. The tyres have gone. And I think we've really just shot ourselves in the foot. But it is getting wetter, just not quickly enough for us. And the tyres are getting used up pretty quickly too.
Well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes.
And with 10 more minutes of rain, and with 10 more minutes of rain that we've now heard, I'm not sure I've done the right thing. So, what are the others going to do? Are they going to pit for inters, or are they going to stay on slicks? Either way, if they stay on slicks and that remains the right thing to do, we have royally ruined our race. So let's see how this plays out. It is getting wetter though, and I think it is going to start coming back to us around about now. But the problem is, we've done the damage. I'm really trying to make this work. What is the call the rest of the drivers are making? That's what I want to know. But this has not worked for us at all. Are we kissing goodbye to the championship here at Sao Paulo? Well, we're quicker now than some of the guys ahead. And that's because the track is now noticeably damp. Nobody appears to be pitting yet. Iwasa and Vesti are having their own battle though. But nobody appears to be pitting, and I don't know, is it worth pitting for slicks again? Is it worth just saying that didn't work? Right, we've got a yellow flag here. Why have we got a yellow flag? We've got a emergency safety car. Whoa, we've got a big crash. That's Logan Sargent who's had a massive one. What happened to him? That's a massive crash. Right, we're going to go on board with him here. Logan Sargent. Whoa! Just losing it on the straight there. That just shows how slippery it is if you are on slicks. We're going to see this from Ocon's view. Look at the car tail fishing. That is a nasty accident. And I just heard an ice cream van outside my flat, and it's a full safety car. Right, this makes things interesting. So you know what? I don't feel too bad doing this. I think a gamble. I've got no choice but to gamble now. So what we're going to do is take on a set of mediums to go to the end, because they don't know which tyre is better, and the rain is about to end. So the winner here could be the driver that does something a bit different. I've got nothing left to lose, so why not try something a bit different? It's radical and mad, but it could be brilliant. Right, back on track in this hard to understand Brazilian Grand Prix. We're now on medium tyres. I don't know whether that's going to be the right call or not. This is madness we've got here in Brazil.
It looks like the weather's going to dry up in about 5 minutes' time. Okay, not sure whether dries or inters are faster. We're right on the crossover.
But he says we're not sure if dries or inters are faster, so I guess go on dries, because if the rain is going to ease up, then it's going to come back to us. So, wow, okay, this is completely unknown territory here. I don't know what's going to work out. I tell you whose race has not worked out, and that is Dennis Hauger. He had such a strong qualifying and a strong sprint, but the main race is not going his way. Right. Who is calling this right and who is calling this very wrong? I'm the only driver on slicks. That doesn't fill me with confidence, but as this race goes on, I feel like it's going to come back to me. Right, here we go. The race is back underway. I'm trying not to get past anyone before we go to turn one. Green flag is now out. And look, we've just gained 3 places under brakes here. So I don't know. Oh, the car is sliding everywhere though. I'm not having fun with it. But at the moment we have gained 3 places and the race is back underway.
Right now,
we're not sure which is the best tyre, but I tell you what, the slicks aren't working too badly. So if we can hold on to these slicks for just a few more minutes, this could end up looking better for me. At the moment though, we're having to navigate a pack where there's so many faster cars that are all out of position with each other. Oh my god, there's no grip in the slower corners. But that could come back to me later, so at the moment it's all about just trying to make this work. Use overtake, well I would, but I don't want to throw the car in the wall. I just want to ease it. Look at this, it's sliding everywhere, there's no grip. But this is working for us because we're still able to keep up with some of the wet runners. Although Stroll has got a better run on the straight. I think we're... it's really a case of do or dare here, as Hauger and Ocon are having their own battle. And they're going to be holding each other up. Stroll now is dead ahead of us. And everyone is battling everybody here. I'm trying just not to hit anyone. And Stroll getting the wrong end of the stick there. We're now down the inside of Stroll. And we're now going to get ready to have a look around the outside of Hauger. No, Hauger's got us covered. And he's having a look at Ocon. But we have got past Lance Stroll. So Stroll is demoted to 18th place here. And this is just a matter of holding on until the rain stops. And it's already slowing down. We've got another yellow flag though. That's behind us. I think someone has had a spin. I think Stroll has had a spin, and he's taken someone with him, but I don't want to focus too much on right now as we nearly lose the car. The car control we're having to have here is insane. As we come up to complete another lap, what is the weather report?
Rain is going to be with us for a while now. Okay, not sure whether dries or inters are faster.
DRS enabled, so it's still drying up. Some drivers are pitting in again. Poor Chair has now pit in for medium, so some drivers electing to make another pit stop. I don't think anyone quite knows how this one is going to play out. We're starting to shape up on Ocon, who's having a bit of a tough time with his rear tyres. And I tell you what, we're now going to have a look around the outside of Esteban. Bravely does it round the outside, dancing up a position. And I don't think the inters are working as well anymore. I think this is coming back to us on the slick. So suddenly the track is drying and we have now got the advantage here. Porsche was the first to pit and we're now already all over the back of Iwasa, who has no grip. Down the inside of Yunsao we go. I wouldn't normally send it there, but that's worked a treat for us. Everybody is back in the pits and they're coming in for slick tyres. We've somehow made the right decisions in this race at all the wrong times, but we're now on the right tyres. Piastri still on Inter's leading the way. Doohan is second, we're third, and we pitted to take on the medium tyres. When the safety car came out, that was the right call to make. We're now in P3, but effectively in a net lead of what has been a very strange Brazilian Grand Prix, and we've got over 9 seconds of a lead to Leclerc and Norris. It all looked very miserable a few moments ago, but suddenly it's transformed, and now this is working for us as we come up to Jack Doohan, and surely that's going to be an easy dive up the inside. Piastri leading the race. Wow, okay. This has been very eventful. We're only just over halfway through the race. Another safety car might just trigger all kinds of madness. Piastri pits. Doohan surely will have to pit too. And by that point, well, we've resumed the lead. Normal order resumed here in the Brazilian Grand Prix. Doohan and Piastri both in the pits. So it's myself leading, Leclerc second, Norris third, Tsunoda fourth, Verstappen now back up to fifth. And what a crazy race it's been, as we're now on lap 15, and I think the best thing we can do now is try and control the pace up to the end of this Grand Prix, as the track dries out bit by bit every lap. And now we're looking at the battle for fourth, Verstappen and Tsunoda. Max is wanting P4 off Tsunoda. Is he going to get it? He goes down the inside. And I think that's going to be moved on, but Tsunoda is trying to hold on in the Alfa Romeo. But I think Verstappen is just muscling his way through. And I think Verstappen is through and up into fourth place. Tsunoda down to fifth, but still having a very good race in the Sauber. Meanwhile, back with us, it's very much just a leisurely cruise out front. We're 8.3 ahead of Leclerc. Yes, he is catching up to us little by little, but I'm not worried. I'm not pushing it, you know, I'm just cruising it at this stage because I feel like we've got this race in the bag, so no real need to immediately push in my mind. But as one Alfa Romeo is in joy, the other one is in tatters. Dennis Hauger pulling off to the side to retire from this race. Unfortunate for him, as he had such a strong start to his weekend. But we got another twist in the tail here. Is that rain I see falling? That is more rain falling here at Brazil. So there is going to be another twist in what has been a highly dramatic race. There is more rain falling. Wow, okay. I didn't expect that in such a short space of time. I thought it was brightening up, but no, we've got more spots of rain. That could add a twist to this race. We've got 5 laps to go, Leclerc is still catching me bit by bit, but I'm not entirely worried about that because I don't think he's doing it fast enough to be a threat at the end of this race. But we've got rain falling now, so that's just adding to the drama that we've had here.
Okay, be mindful of the conditions. The track's getting wetter.
And the track is getting wetter quite quickly here. So I don't know. I don't know what the right call is. Do we try and stick it out, or do we pit for intermediates? What is the appropriate thing to do here? We've not got many laps left in this race, and well, I suddenly feel like Sao Paulo 08 is repeating itself here, because this race could have a dramatic sting in the tail.
Getting stronger for at least the next
and the forecast says the rain is gonna get heavier. Right, okay. Well, I don't think I'd pit this lap anyway, so I don't think this is the lap. I'm staying out another lap and just seeing what the weather does. But now there's no sign that we need to do anything, but that could all change so fast. So right now I'm confident in that we're doing the right thing in staying out. There's 3 laps to go after this one, and it really does depend on what everybody else does here. At the moment, there's no indication that we need to think about a pit stop. I really was just hoping for a peaceful and calm run to the end, but we're not going to have that here at Sao Paulo. It's going to be a tricky one. But the DRS is still active, so for me that means there's no reason to get off the dry tyres. And I think I am going to try and stick it out at this point. There's only 3 laps to go, and I think pitting in now, you just lose too much time. Even if it's the right call.
Conditions are tough, but bear with it. I don't think the track's ready for intermediates yet.
Bear with it, he says. The problem is, again, we're heading to a crossover point. I don't think we're gonna... I don't think it's getting wet fast enough. I think, again, stay out. I'm gonna stick it out to the end, whatever happens. That's my decision. I'm sticking it out. Hopefully, we don't lose too much time in grip with a little bit of a slide around the S there. Norris is really struggling now. He's fallen back over nearly 3 seconds behind Leclerc. So Lando not liking these conditions. Leclerc is holding on. How is this one going to unfold over the next 2.5 laps? Are we going to need to pit or aren't we? For sure, right now there's no sign that we need to. I'm just trying to focus on keeping it on the island more than anything. Oh, that's a slide and a half there. You've got to be so careful when you're on the throttle, and we are constantly correcting here. And now would be the time I'd jump in for inters if I wasn't just going to stick it out in Sao Paulo, but we are sticking it out with 2 laps to go. Doing anything else would just be the absolute wrong call to make, so 2 laps to go here. The rain is coming down quite hard. The track is getting wet, but I'm sticking it out. Nobody else pits either, so that's a sign that we're doing the right thing. And there is spray now, so that's going to make it a bit harder. Just trying to take it so carefully at the moment. We can.
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining.
We can still go quite quickly around the corners. I was a little bit worried whether the car would step out there and put us straight in the wall. That doesn't happen. But it's these slow corners that give me the most worry. You just got to thread your way through so carefully. Leclerc still catching, but he's not catching fast enough as we head on to the last lap of what is a tiptoeing end to this Grand Prix. And we still have the fastest lap, so I think that's secured us the fastest lap now. Nobody's going to lap faster In fact, we're about 5, 6, maybe it's up to 7 seconds off the race, ultimate race pace as we start this final lap. It's tiptoe time, but I think we've got this. I think we are just about fine to complete this last lap. Wow, that rain really could have changed everything, couldn't it? Especially if we pitted in. But I stuck with my instinct, and my instinct was just to keep going. Whatever happens, DRS now disabled, so this means that's now the crossover point to come on to Inters. But I don't think anybody did. It's just a case of slowly threading your way through. Do not lose the car. Felt a little slide there. If we could just get around these next few corners, we'll be fine. Put the power down. Leclerc is really gaining this lap. He's so much more confident. But we are going to run out of laps before Charles can make another attack. We're out of Yunsao very gingerly, heading up the hill. What a mad race it's been. But it's going to be a second race of the season for us. A fourth win for the team in succession. Get in there! That puts us right in contention again for the title. And we have done a good race there.
Well, that might not have been the finest race in history, but there's no question it was a critical win. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top 3 finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today.
A very unusual race that was,
So
but
then,
what
it's time
a
to see how
win!
this result affects
We
the
took
Drivers'
second in the
Championship.
sprint, we
It's a good
won the
result for
feature,
Lando Norris, who
and
moves further ahead
yeah,
at
I'm
the top
very
of the
happy
table.
with that.
Some
It
amazing
looked at a
talent out on
point
the
like
track
all
today.
was
But
lost,
Anthony, who would
but
you
we were
pick as
able
your
to
driver
turn
of the
that
day?
around
I have to give it to
and
Joker.
win the
Let's move on
race
to
with
the
a
constructors.
very
It was a
good
tough race
call
for our
to
championship
pit for
leaders,
mediums
who
under the
lose ground
safety
at the top
car,
of the table.
knowing it would
Well,
dry
what an
out,
end
and we
to another
made that
fantastic
strategy
weekend of racing.
work to a
Thanks to
T
everyone who joined
after
us,
the
and we'll
first
see
call
you for
went
the
so
next one.
spectacularly wrong. So there we go, we won the race. Charles Leclerc making it a Team 1-2, the perfect result we could have gotten. Lando Norris sitting there in third, with Verstappen getting fourth, Yuki Tsunoda getting great points for Alfa Romeo in fifth, and then it's George Russell in sixth, Drugovich gets seventh, Albon gets a good result for McLaren in eighth, Piastri ninth, and Pierre Gasly finally, on the 13th time of asking, gets Ferrari's first point of the season. So this is now how the championship looks like. Drugovich is pretty much out of contention at this point. I don't think he's going to catch Norris without some significantly bad luck happening to Lando. But Drugovich is dropping out, and we're still in with a shout. We've got 3 races to go. It's an outside chance, and we're going to need 3 race wins to be able to secure it. But the chance is still there, and we're keeping ourselves in the hunt. Verstappen is 4th and dropping out now, and I think that is that for Verstappen's championship campaign. Stroll remains 5th, Leclerc is 6th, Russell 7th, Hauger 8th, and then we got Sainz and Tsunoda 9th and 10th, with Piastri in 11th. And as for the Constructors' Championship, We have closed the gap significantly to Williams here. And Williams might just be getting a little bit of a headache. Mercedes are now comfortably in third. Alpine are fourth, but Alfa Romeo are closing back up. They are not done in this stage of the season, and they're pulling back towards Alpine. McLaren are sixth, and I think Alfa Romeo have got themselves safe from McLaren too. And then it's Red Bull in seventh, Haas in eighth, AlphaTauri ninth, Ferrari finally off the mark with Pierre Gasly's 10th place on 1 point. 3 races to go. Who will win the championship? Let me know your predictions in the comments box, and I'll see you in the next race. Until then, TTFN, ta-ta for now, take care.